Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today I'm going to be sharing our astrology horoscope for the weekend of October 25th going into October 26th. We are in Scorpio season. Happy Scorpio season, everyone. We've got some intense aspects going on, some really positive ones going on as well. So we're going to unpack that in today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. And please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everybody's support. Leave a comment below to help with the channel's growth. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, today is a very special day because over on the Scorpling shop, Sunny and I have today just launched our new Scorpio season crystal collection. Something we have had in the works for quite a while. And our Scorpio season crystal collection includes many different crystal varieties and formations that are associated with and ruled by the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio season, we have got beautiful Black Shiva Lingam, tangerine quartz, many different types of crystal skulls, topaz. Sunny has new juju that is available that I know a bunch of you guys have been waiting for. Also, crystal pendants associated with the sign of Scorpio and black obsidian scrying mirrors, an amazing crystal tool that is great for divination and healing work. So you guys can go check out the scorplingshop.com to see our new Scorpio season collection. And thank you so much to everyone that has already started yesterday and today supporting us with the Scorpio season collection. We love you all very, very much. And it is that powerful time of year, Scorpio season, where the veils are at their thinnest. It's very powerful to be doing healing, magic, manifestation, reflection. It is a very, very special time of year. So, yeah, we have got, oh my goodness, a lot going on at the moment as we go into this weekend. We are going to have one exact aspect this weekend with the planets, Mercury trine Saturn. Now, as I'm filming today's daily astrology horoscope on Friday, October 24th, today is exact Mercury trine Jupiter, which is a very nice aspect, but also Sun square Pluto. Anybody feeling the intensity? We've got the Sun 1 degrees Pluto in square. Sorry, the Sun 1 degrees of Scorpio in square to Pluto 1 degrees of Aquarius. So there is an intensity in the air. We can be having some uncomfortable secrets and truths coming up to the surface with this aspect. There can be volatility. There can be emotional extremes. We can all be feeling like a Scorpio today. And also as we go into this weekend. So this is definitely a weekend. Kria says huge intensity. Larry says absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just me feeling it. A lot of you guys are feeling it. Carol says embrace the intensity. Yes. Even though, okay, Sun square Pluto, it is one of the most intense and challenging astrological aspects. We can work with it consciously to really pay attention to what is coming up at this time. We can be having shadow work coming right up into our face at this time, things that we really need to be paying attention to, secrets being revealed, uncomfortable information coming up to the surface. And this is in our personal lives as well as in the collective. Okay, so exact aspect happening today. Hopefully we don't have anything really adverse going on. You know, Sun square Pluto, Sun square Mars, Mars square Pluto, these squares with the malefic planets, there can be some nasty events that happens with this. So that gives me no joy in sharing with all of you, my lovely friends, but just being honest as an astrologer that it is a very challenging aspect. So be mindful where you go this weekend, be mindful who you are around, what you are doing and partaking in, because there's a very intense and volatile energy in the air. MJ, oh, sorry, I thought you were MJ. Starfish Healer says, my Scorpio rising daughter just had major allergic reaction at school. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Sending love to your daughter. And yes, actually, the Scorpio suns and risings will be most affected, that are, of course, ruled by the planet Pluto. So if you are a Scorpio, sun rising, even moon, and you're feeling really intense, you're feeling kind of off, kind of weird, emotionally volatile on the emotional Richter scale, you're not going crazy. Okay, MJ, it is you. I don't know why your name looked different. Okay. But yeah, hey, MJ. Nice to see you. Oh my God, you said she's okay now after EpiPen. Oh my goodness. That is freaking crazy. And also, MJ, you saying that makes me want to bring up, everything going on with the planets also relates to medical astrology. Okay. And Pluto, in medical astrology, has to do with, of course, detox, cleansing. So we are going through a very big energetic detox as we go into this weekend. Pluto can also be poison. Okay. And I know that sounds really, really creepy, but, be mindful where you're eating, be mindful what you're ingesting through food, through drinks, even where you're going. That Pluto in Aquarius, excuse me, got to be careful because I'm on YouTube and Rumble, but yeah, there's been poisons in the air, right? And poisons being released in certain group Aquarius events and dynamics and things. So, mindfulness, I'm going to say, is our key word as we go into this weekend. Again, Sun Square Pluto is exact on Friday. So, as we go into Saturday and Sunday, we are starting to come off of that, but we are still in the very strong influence of that. I'm happy that we've got the moon in Sagittarius on Saturday. That's definitely a lighter moon sign to have while we've got that sun square Pluto. So thank God for that. And that moon on Saturday is in square to the nodes. At one point, even on Saturday, will be exactly square the nodes at 17 degrees, Leo degree. So, the nodes have to do with our purpose, our destiny, our soul's path. With a sun square Pluto, there can be some really um, deep issues and information that is coming to the surface to help us move forward for our highest good. We're also in the influence, you guys, of the three eye atlas perihelion. So as we go into next week on October 29th, we will have three eye atlas in closest proximity to the sun. Yesterday, I posted this video on my YouTube and Rumble channels, Three Eye Atlas activation time, where I go in depth specifically on the astrology of October 29th, the day of perihelion, when Three Eye Atlas will be closest to the sun. So this is a huge time of purification, which is bringing us into a lighter place, but can be challenging in the process. With that moon in Sagittarius on Saturday, our higher mind is being activated, our higher consciousness. We are thinking in expansive ways. We are having expansive conversations as well. Later in the early afternoon time, Eastern time on Sunday, moon ingresses into Capricorn. Excuse me, you guys, something going on with my throat, which is, of course, the detriment sign of the moon. So sun in Scorpio, moon at detriment in Capricorn, sun square Pluto. There can be some reality checks coming in as well. Some things that maybe we've been putting off that we need to take care of. I really like, there are good aspects happening at the same time. We've got exact Mercury trine Jupiter on Friday as I'm filming this video, Mercury trine Saturn exact on Saturday, and very lucky ducky aspect, you guys. On Monday, Mars at home in Scorpio, trine Jupiter in Cancer. So, yes, we've got the Sun square Pluto, but I really like that we've got some of these actually quite positive and lucky aspects happening at the same time. I think that is lifting the energy up of it. So, thank goodness for that. And also, as we go into this weekend, we start to go into this very, very strong look at this beautiful astrological aspect pattern of a grand water trine. Look at that. Mars and Mercury conjunct in trine to Jupiter, in trine to Saturn, Neptune. And this is going to be something that we're in the influence of actually for the next couple weeks, with Mars in particular, Jupiter, and Saturn. And of course, with planets in the water signs in positive aspects, grand water trine, the water element is very supportive to us at this time. And you guys know I like to test your astrology skills. Let me know in the live chat, what does the element of water rule in astrology? Does anybody want to put a guess in the live chat? What does the water signs, the water element, rule in life? Anybody? Bueller. Linda, hello. Such a good point. Linda says a grand water trine after a grand air trine. Wow. Linda, such a good point. I didn't even think about that. Some of you guys may know we just had this very powerful grand air trine a couple weeks ago, and now a grand water trine. There's very supportive astrology right now for us to go through very big transformations. Yes, MJ, our emotions. Interesting. Green Eyed Crow says memory. Yep. Water, emotions, home. Yeah, it's water. You guys are right. It's our emotions, it's receptivity, it's a divine feminine element. Water is also about self care, right? It's very creative, it's very emotional, it's very sensitive, healing, purifying, and all the elements they purify in their different ways. But you think about water, we brush our teeth every day with water. We clean ourselves in the shower or bath, however often you do that. We clean ourselves on the daily with water. It is cleansing, it is nurturing. So again, it's showing there's a very powerful cleansing going on at this time. Our emotional intelligence is very strong at this time. Paying attention to your emotions, paying attention to how do you feel around certain places, certain people? What is uplifting you emotionally and what is not, right? And the water element in astrology also rules spirituality, spirit, our psychic abilities. Very, very strong at this time. Our spidey senses are on fire with this grand air water trine. So paying attention to your intuition, doing divination, magical practices, manifestation, dream work. This is a very magical energy, and we're already in the portal of Samhain, Halloween, when the veils are at their thinnest, that sacred time of year, right? So this is a very special energy, and it kind of reminds me right now of something that one of my mentors shared with me one time when I was learning about being a Scorpio, when I was a young Scorpio, and astrology completely supported me my whole life because I've had family members that were astrologers, but it wasn't until I became a teenager that I started to consciously realize, oh, I'm a Scorpio with these different placements, and that's why I am the way I am. And when I learned about the sign of Scorpio really in depth and what it means to be a Scorpio, one of my guides, if you will, shared with me that Scorpio rules power, good power and negative power, all sorts of very intense power. What are you going to do with your power? How are you going to use your power? This is one of the tests of Scorpio. And as we're in a very potent, sorry, you guys, I'm going to turn off my phone. I'm hearing beeps and ringings, and it's very distracting. I thought it was turned off. Sorry about that, you guys. Are we using our power for good? Or are we using our power for negativity? That's the dark side of Scorpio. Are we being manipulative? Are we not being in alignment with integrity? Are we putting power into our shadow side and temptation and fears? Or are we putting power into our self-mastery, into our spiritual development, into our gifts? Right? Where are we putting our power? I love that Linda says, reclaiming all of my power. Yes, sister, that is a very powerful affirmation for the Scorpio season. Yes, yes, yes. Power can be used for good, and power can be used for bad. And it's a fine line when you start to become more empowered. Right? That's why we see so many people in Scorpio ruled positions in politics or big business or, powerful people. Power, it changes you. It tempts you. Yes, MJ, totally. With great power comes great responsibility. So Spirit's wanting me to say it another way. This is a very powerful time of manifestation. Every action at this time, it feels like there's an instant manifestation. This is a very powerful, magical time for manifestation. Are you manifesting something positive with your thoughts, words, beliefs, action, or is it not positive? Is it actually negative? Is it draining? And who emotionally uplifts you? What emotionally uplifts you? And what brings you down? Very important to be paying attention to. And that Mercury trine Jupiter exact today on Friday, trine Saturn exact on Saturday as a part of that Graham Water trine. Deep information empowering us, deep truths, in-depth conversations that are healing. This is a great time to be having healing conversations with loved ones, family members with that Mercury trine Jupiter. It's a very powerful energy. Green-eyed crow, I love that. You say Scorpio time of the reaper. What are you reaping at this time? I love that. That is such a good way of looking at it. Love it, love it, love it. So, and I want to bring something else up that just kind of happened. Was it today or yesterday? Let's bring this up. So, I am a Canadian. I know I have many fellow Canadian friends out there here on my channel, or people interested in what's going on, right? So, some of you guys may have heard that President Trump has ceased all trade negotiations with Canada. They are hereby terminated. Sun square Pluto, power struggles. Breaking negotiations between Canada and the US have terminated. Doug Ford, who, for those of you who don't know, is the Premier of the province of Ontario, took out an anti-tariff ad using Ronald Reagan speech edited to make him sound like he was talking against tariffs. They also used it without permission, and now the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and the Institute is reviewing legal action against Canada. Holy crap. President Trump posted. The Ronald Reagan Foundation has just announced that Canada has fraudulently used an advertisement, which is fake, featuring Ronald Reagan speaking negatively about tariffs. The ad was for $75 million. They only did this to interfere with the decision of the US Supreme Court and other courts. Tariffs are very important to the national security and economy of the USA based on their egregious behavior. All trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then President Trump today again blasts Canada this morning. He says Canada cheated and got caught. They fraudulently took a big buy ad saying that Ronald Reagan did not like tariffs when actually he loved tariffs for our country and its national security. Canada is trying to illegally influence the United States Supreme Court in one of the most, excuse me, important rulings in the history of our country. Canada has long cheated on tariffs, charging our farmers as much as 400%. Now, they and other countries can't take advantage of the US any longer. Thank you to the Ronald Reagan Foundation for exposing this fraud. Make America great again. And then here is our favorite person in the whole world. I don't know about you, but this is just my favorite. Just kidding. He's one of my least favorites. Mark Carney, aka Carnage, the Crime Minister of Canada. And we're going to take a look. I want to show you guys that because the astrology is real. It shows up in the chart for Canada. Effie says also Canadian re-election is happening. Your prediction has come into fruition. And I take no credit. It is the astrology. And as a professional astrologer, if you know it, you can read this stuff. And I told you guys, Canadians, I told you guys. Chill out. We're going to have an election literally within months. There's going to be something very positive that happens for Canada. And it's already happened for Canada, but we're not seeing it out there yet. So chill out, but stay very mindful. Okay, let's take a little listen to Mark Carney, his response, and then we'll take a little look at the chart of Canada. This is his response from the President of the United States saying all trade negotiations, tariff trade have ceased. Very serious.
Look, for months we have stressed the importance of distinguishing things we can control and things we can't control. We can't control the trade policy of the United States. We recognize that that policy has fundamentally changed from the policy in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. And it's a situation where the United States has tariffs against every one of their trading partners to different degrees. And it's in that context that our officials, my colleagues, have been working with their American colleagues on detailed, constructive negotiations, discussions on specific transactions, specific sectors, steel, aluminum, and energy. And a lot of progress has been made. And we stand ready to pick up on that progress and build on that progress when the Americans are ready to have those discussions, because it will be for the benefit of workers in the United States, workers in Canada, and families in both of our countries. Now, what we can control, absolutely, is how we build here at home. And that's the focus of Budget 2025, generational investment here in Canada. And what we can also control, or at least heavily influence, is developing new partnerships and opportunities, including with the economic giants of Asia, which is
boring. Oh my God. That was 1 minute and 33 seconds. I'm so sorry, you guys. Just wanted to play that to just show you guys this is the current Prime Minister of Canada. What the hell is that? What did you even just say, Mark Carney? That made no sense. What are you even talking about? You have like no There's no inspiration, there's no life force. It's just what the heck is going on? Yeah, Sassy Cindy says, the ums drive me absolutely insane. And yes, he's maybe Mr. Burns in the flesh. So what the heck's going on with Canada, you guys? What is going on with Canada? What do we notice in the chart? Does any of my astrology friends notice anything in the chart? What looks interesting? This is our current transit chart for Canada. And I'll tell you guys, our recent eclipse season really affected Canada because that lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, we had 25 degrees of Pisces on, what was the day? No, 15 degrees of Pisces. Sorry. That just happened was almost exactly conjunct the natal south node of Canada. Yes, Linda. Yes, the nodes are conjunct. Canada is having a reverse nodal return. Reverse nodal return is when you have the nodes conjunct your nodes, but it's the reverse. So, oh my God, why am I paused like that? Sorry, you guys, let me fix this. Sometimes when I make certain movements, okay, there we go. So, Canada has south node 16 degrees of Pisces. Right now, north node 17 degrees of Pisces conjunct the natal south node. Its north node 16 degrees of Virgo conjunct the south node right now. So, south node on the north node transit at huge ending release on the karmic level, right? Granddaddy Saturn, tariffs, karma, delays, reality checks, exactly conjunct the natal Chiron in the 12th house of Pisces in Pisces. Yes, Carol, endings and new beginnings. That's right. I talked about it in my recent eclipse season workshop. I said, if you are a Canadian, buckle up because Canada is going through a reboot, a death, a rebirth, a transformation, and it is intense. Pisces, 12th house of Pisces, 12th house stellium with multiple placements in Pisces. And we've got, Mars conflict at home in Scorpio conjunct the natal Saturn, tariffs in the 7th house of committed relationships, diplomacy, politics. So this is a big reality check. And I'm not happy with the tariffs on Canada as a Canadian. It's something that we're all getting affected by, but it is karmic. And some of you guys may not like me saying this, okay, but just reading the astrology, it is Granddaddy Saturn giving Canada a reality check conjunct Chiron in the 12th house of the illusions of Canada. There's a huge illusion when it comes to Canada. Go check out that documentary, Canada, The Illusion. It should be still free on YouTube. This is like big karma coming to a head. Yes, Carol, healing, illusions. And I'm telling you, as a Canadian, it's one of the most illusory, it's actually the most illusory Piscean country I've ever come across. astrologically, even more than some other countries that actually are Pisces. With that Jupiter at home in Pisces, that Chiron South Node Pisces, 12th house of Pisces stellium, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, conjunct the rising at home in the 12th house. Like, it's Canadians, you don't live in a free country. It's not what you thought it was. It is not what you thought it was at all. And this is all coming out. Jupiter in Cancer with Canada's sun in Cancer. So there are good things happening. The solar return of Canada currently has Jupiter exactly conjunct the rising with, I think, the moon there, if I remember correctly. So something positive is going to happen, but it's coming through hard, tough Saturnian reality checks and life lessons. Right? And a lot of Canadians are still really asleep. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do at some point a whole other Canada astrology video because there's a lot to say with that, but stay grounded out there. It's wild. Absolutely wild. So I do think there's an election coming. So we'll see about that. And I do think even with the election, Alberta is still going to want to possibly separate. That's a very big astrological possibility. So it's a lot going on. Okay, let's pull some tarot cards for our weekend ahead with all this crazy stuff going on in the world. And us being in Scorpio season, it's dramatic. Scorpio season is dramatic. And it's intense. The Fool. New beginnings. 7 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. I'm feeling to pull 5. The Chariot. Wow. And the Hierophant. Whoa. 3 major arcana. Wow. I can't hold all these up together. Maybe I can. Let's try. Yeah, MJ, it is getting crazier and crazier every day. Let's see if I can hold these up. Can those show? No, I have to hold them up this way. So the Fool, the Chariot. We are learning. Okay, I can hold it up. Yay. We are learning our lessons. I'm hearing Spirit say we are going through very deep, 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 deep soul growth and renewal. We are being taught very valuable lessons. Understand your beliefs, values, and boundaries. And the thing is, the really big life lessons, they're not easy. That's what Saturn teaches us. Okay, I feel like this Hierophant is like that too. It's very important to be paying attention right now at this critical moment of change. Critical moment of change. And we're entering that change full steam ahead. Chariot, we are protected. We are successful. The light is winning. And there's so many new energies coming onto the planet and we're working with. This is a huge activation weekend. And there's very big lessons we're learning and we're processing through. Knight of Cups, sensitivity with that grand water trine. It is romantic. It is very sensitive. It is very creative. It can be moody. Express your creativity with compassionate emotion. And yes, we can be compassionate. We don't want to be overly compassionate and overly empathetic. We want to be, oh, that one dropped. We want to be aware of our boundaries. We want to stay grounded in this big shift. Look back on what you have achieved and set new goals. Yeah, this is a weekend of new energies, new ideas, new goals, new lessons. And we are moving forward into very new territory. The cards have been quite positive lately. Have you guys noticed that if you watch my channel on a regular basis? Like the tarot cards I've been getting lately have been for overall like very positive, like something it feels like very positive is about to happen. Whether that's this weekend or going into next week, once we're more out of the Sun square Pluto. I think probably going into next week more. I think there's going to be some major positive development for the world. Chrissy, definitely felt the new energy this morning. I feel very supported this week as I shift into new frequencies. Yes, me too. Yay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And before I finish up here, okay, a couple things I want to mention. Okay, I'm so excited that tomorrow, Sunny and I are going to be posting on our channels a video/interview conversation that Sunny and I just had with our good friend Tamara, who is a crystal skull priestess, real deal witch of the light, and fellow Scorpio sister. So we'll be posting that tomorrow on our channel, Secrets of the Crystal Skulls. We are so excited to share that. So that'll be out tomorrow on Saturday. And then, of course, on Sunday, I do my weekly Astro Weather. That'll be live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week, Halloween week, Sunny and I are going to do a special live stream, Messages from Your Ancestors, tuning into our Scorpio mediumship skills to share live messages that we're getting from our dear departed loved ones. That'll be Tuesday at, is that 7 p.m.? I think it's going to be 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And of course, you guys go check out Sunny and I's new Scorpio season crystal collection available exclusively on the Scorpling shop. Many new crystal skulls available. Scorpio, of course, rules skulls. Scorpio ruled crystals, pieces, juju, and pendants to help us work with the energies of this very powerful Scorpio season. And, having Scorpio ruled crystals in general is good for, yes, Scorpio season we're in from now until the end of November, but really anytime, because it is very much about transformation and rebirth and empowerment, which we're going through big time right now. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Children Forest Music Program. You say, could you please do a show about Germany? Things are crazy here with all the immigrants and strong Antifa. I will put that on my to-do list. I've got, many different countries and stuff I'm going to look at. Jens and I are probably going to do another Astrology of Europe show soon. So we'll take a look at Germany because I don't think we've looked at Germany yet. Thank you so much. And as always, you guys, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate all of your support. If you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, check out my astrology beginners course or any of my offerings, socials. Those are all available in the description box below. Sending lots of cosmic love your way. Have an absolutely magical weekend and see you on Sunday for our weekly Astro Weather. Bye, everyone.